Hello, welcome back. I know what the daemon is supposed to be. That is a DLC that I downloaded, and I have this additional option, although I do not know what that does. But I do know where to use it, at least the game told me that. So I'm gonna try this. The burnt hall, yes, we go there. And there was a telephone. Ah, that's me. Okay. I thought it was somebody else. That's a telephone, yes. Hello. Um, how do I do this? Interesting. Hello? What do you do? There was... that has it, but how do I... Am I supposed to... Wait a second. Back? No, wait a second. Exit? What does that do? It does nothing for time being. So let me see again. Load that. That was the other place, yes. And this has the thing, which has the password. So I do not know what this is. Not yet. I think it might a place of fire, yes. Oh, this was the thing I went into. There was nothing else here, I don't think. So if I do this... Yeah, it'll do that. I do not want to do that. I would like to get... Interesting, the couch has that thing. How do I interact with this guy? This guy. Huh. What am I supposed to do with this? Let me... I do not remember what the instructions was. The last ending gave us some instructions. You know what? I'm gonna go check those instructions. Give me one sec. Okay, figured it out. It took a while. So when I click on this summon to desktop, it adds a desktop shortcut to the DLC application. So I have to run that along with this game. This is what it looks like, this application. So I need to have this open. Okay, I have to load it again? Sure, let's load it again. Alrighty, now we go in this room. Ah, okay. That's noisy. What? You say, buddy? 4? So I gotta do 4? 8? Is that an 8? 8? 488? I called someone. Who's this? Father Lawrence. Oh, okay. Oh, who is it? My cursor is gone. Huh, hang on. Why is my cursor not here? Interesting. Why can I not see my cursor? Something is broken. Give me a sec to fix it. Still can't see my cursor, but it moves the dialogue forward, so okay, let's go with that. Father Lawrence? Is that you? Lawrence? This was what they called that last vessel, wasn't it? What? William, is that you, William? Yes, it's me. Father Lawrence, where are you? Well, William has the right expression right now, so he doesn't have expression problems. Is that a made-up problem? I don't know. What happened? I thought you died in that fire. Oh, that was supposed to be our apartment and we were supposed to be dead. Interesting. Where are you? I'm at a strange, strange place, my dear William. But we deserve this. I should have never tricked you all. What do you mean? My egoism has led to their death and to your consequent suffering. A turn of the wheel. I have the wheel. What do you mean, Father Lawrence? She mustn't continue what I started. I thought the Empress was the one to, seize her, but Lila seems to be way too clever to fall victim to such tricks. Who is Lila? Isn't that the title of the game? There's another way. Rybkin? This was the name of your colleague, right? Yes, I was too foolish and power-hungry, I suppose, but now it's all vain. You are the only one I wouldn't want to suffer from it. So here is the code you seek. It's from the desktop computer I used. Why would you have your desktop computer in my burned-down apartment? You will find all the information there. 328. Okay, no more interaction with this. And my cursor is back, so I guess it was intentional, the thing? Possible. So now I go to the... not this place. Oh, no, that is the place. I have to go here. 328. 3... My recording all of a sudden stopped. I think the DLC is messing with stuff. But in any case, I entered the code and I got into the desktop. I'm gonna go back and show you what the desktop looks like. So I'm in the desktop. I have two files. There is one file which says this document contains a single URL and this is the URL I got. So the link is now in your clipboard, okay? And the second one has this lock thing. So I'm going to go into this. This is the URL that was in my clipboard. So here are the words of Professor F.I. Rybkin. I'm Professor Rybkin. Okay, Rybkin, that makes a lot more sense. Not Rybkin. I'm here to tell you the truth. The science is lying to you. What is these weird... Oh, maybe that's intentional. Hang on, here are the words. So DSH. Should I get a notebook? DSH. I'm just looking for these things. The prints. Is that it? DSH? No, there is this thing which is Russian. So I'm gonna try that link and see. DSH? DSH? That does nothing. Okay. Maybe I have to find something else. Okay, well. I'm here to... Rel? That's a mistake. Interesting. So I have to find mistakes? And there is no Y here, so... Is that a mistake as well? Imagine if humans, rather than being the generators of consciousness, were in a sort of a parasitic relationship with it. So consciousness is the parasite. What if the consciousness was an underlying, inseparable factor of reality existing outside of an unconditioned B human brains? That's a mistake. We know animals don't possess consciousness. How do you know that for sure? I don't think that is true. How did humans come about it, and why does Professor Rybkin find the word possess to be inaccurate in this context? Isn't possess spelled with P-O-S-S-E-S-S? Or am I possessed right now to think of that spelling? Anyway, the existence of the hard problem of consciousness. There is this, okay. among other things, suggests that consciousness, in fact, cannot be understood through traditional scientific means. A correlation between electric impulses and conscious phenomena is evident, yet, how can we even begin to categorize the raw feelings? So that's qualia. Qualia obviously cannot exist outside the context of a singular mind. This is different from any physical phenomena we have ever researched. Thus, it is not unreasonable, so that's another mistake, to assume consciousness to be a quality that exists unrelated to that meat machine of the brains. Such perspective was prevalent even among the older ones, so a term has emerged, the prince. Humans seem to have evolved an analog meat and fluid system, the brain. Meat and fluid system. That's an interesting way of calling the brain. That conceptually mimics the inner workings of the prince so well that the prince was gradually fooled into thinking he was looking in a mirror. And when he saw his reflection dance a certain way, he would occasionally think it would be fun to dance the same way. And that's how the pain and the suffering of the prince emerged. I don't understand. Humans are on their own nothing. Simple meat machines mimicking the grand consciousness. Okay, the grand consciousness, however, grants them the great depths of knowledge by letting them be its host. Thus, the human race prevails. Sometimes a work of art makes so many human mirrors act the same way, the prince thinks that the work is a creature to not inhabit, dance with it, dance with. A clear example of this is the case of Chet Murray, Washington Post by supremacist group. Okay, I don't know about this story. I will read it up at some point, but yeah. Chet Murray is the creator of the Dada dog. Why is it crossed out? It is a powerful pictorial agent called a meme. Okay, a meme is a powerful pictorial agent. Okay, I get that. In the modern world wide web. A blurred version of it can be seen below, okay? It is stated in the article, what begun as a harmless picture was later used by a supremacist group consisting primarily of young white male adults. Its insane popularity is difficult to explain as millions of such pictorial agents are born every day and forgotten in a matter of minutes. Apart from its illustriousness, this artistic presence, this is supposed to be a C, I think, has had a rather tragic and ironic fate. It almost seems to have gone completely opposite to the author's intentions, ultimately killing the author by the hands of the supremacist group. This is why the image is blurred. I'm not willing to be subject to its wrath. Interesting. The controlled method of creating the ultra-influencing works of any media. For many years, I've worked with my colleague, friend, and a low-tier what? Low-tier what? I don't know what that is. Professor W.A. Lawrence. Since the aforementioned example was made without premeditation and had an effect it had due to pure luck, it is believed that media items of high effectivity can only be created intuitively. This is not true. We have been fooled, controlled by the order of something who utilize the artificially crafted mimetic agents in order to control society. Professor Lawrence was the one who devised a generalized method for creating such works and controlling them. Interesting. This opens with 2 double asterisks and 2 double hashes ends. Was that supposed to be a bold, double bold? I don't know. The special forces tried to shut him up, but you can't hide this from us. It's breaking. Here's a link to his original scientific paper. The password may not be revealed openly, but the daemon knows it. Look at answer.txt. Base folder. I trust your judgment. Oh, interesting. So I have to go to the daemon's base folder, find the answer.txt. Okay. Papka? I forgot some of the Russian letters. This is a. This is an I. Sneeze. I'm not gonna try this. I'm gonna murder this. Anyway, Garage Hedin H.io generalized guide for UIWAM creation made with card. Interesting. Okay, so in order to get the password, I need to do some digging. Give me a second, I'll look it up. I found it. So this is the password. Parasites. It was in that answer.txt file, as they said. Enter. I didn't get it. Did not work. Interesting. Parasites does not do anything. Maybe I have to do this. What are these things? There are texts at the bottom. What do I do now? Document contains a URL. Okay. Parasites. That does nothing. Hang on. Okay, this is super silly. So I was supposed to go to this link, which is at the bottom of this page, and I'm supposed to enter the password here, which is parasites. And if I do that, I get originally uploaded by W.A. Lawrence. I need to download this. It's a bunch of stuff. I am going to download this classified. Okay, so generalized guide to the creation of this aims to provide a reliable guide intended to be used by the consequent leader of the Lawrence fraternity. Materials and methods. Okay, the study was performed utilizing the method developed by Professor Lawrence and his colleague Professor F.I. Ripkin. Aforementioned means of study, although relentlessly denied by modern neurophysiology, were necessary to negate the known limitation of the rational worldview. The Lawrence method was, among other influences, based on the works of Marcel Graule, practical Tibetan Buddhism, and some practices of Kabbalah and modern Satanism. Okay, it's quite a long thing. I'm just looking for important bits of information that kind of scream at me. So let's see. There is some methods and stuff. There's something. I'm gonna go to the very bottom and see what's what. Okay, that a dog is not L's child. Okay. First successful child of L, Lila? T, still active at the moment of this paper's release. Who is T? T has diverged from the expected meme format and was given a longer lifespan. Despite the significant raise in vitality due to the change of medium, T seems to have not amassed the required amount of something. Interesting. So Lila is a meme? Okay. Conclusion and achievements. There is a link. Everything is blocked out, so it is unlikely scenario we lose control over L. L is Lila, I am assuming. All the necessary steps of regaining it are described in the locked document on the main computer. The password for the document is first gold. Okay, that's the thing I want. I see. First gold. Okay. It's the remainder of the document you've read before. Emergency handling. In an unlikely case of L going out of control, it's useless trying to regain control. Sure, kill her. Unless you've read correctly, my dear William. Lila needs to be no more. The only way to stop her existence is by getting rid of all her hosts. Anybody who has ever come in contact with her is a potential host. Oh, we are going to become a serial killer or something. After all, if nobody knows about her, she can feed off their energy. She can, she can't. But without human hosts, she can't do anything. She is a construct of thought, unable to live independently of people's knowledge of her. Okay, at least somebody is explaining what Lila is supposed to be. She's a consciousness. A parasitic consciousness. Okay, construct of thought, unable to live independently of people's knowledge of her. Remember that, Will. Interesting. Okay, I do not need these passwords again, so that's good. Now what do I do? Huh? There is something here. I need to kill her by killing everybody? How do I do that? Interesting. Hello? Howdy. I'm Special Agent Arnold Hill. William Clark, correct? Please, come with us, would you? Hello, who are you? Why are you here? I got an achievement, the Hierophant. Interesting. So we have information to kill Lila, and it's not a direct kill. I'm supposed to kill everyone who has come in contact with Lila. That would be us, so we have to kill ourselves at the end. And then Professor Lawrence knows about, but then Professor Lawrence is already gone, I think. Then there's that the guy at the station. I think we have to kill him as well. Interesting. Although I think this Damon thing might be useful in other places now that I've done this. Although I don't understand the progression sequence of this, because there seems to be things that interact with each other, and the wheel was useless in this scenario. So maybe I also don't understand why I have a task list and I don't necessarily have to complete all of them to get to an ending, so I can branch off in many places. It's gonna be tricky to keep track of, but a lot to think about. If I think about it, I will think about it a little bit, and maybe I don't want to kill people. No, I mean, if the game tells me not to, then I have all the fun killing them. But if the game asks me to, then I'm in a moral conundrum, because I'm like, I don't want to be told when to kill people. I just want to do it on my own accord, at least in video games, you know? Not in real life, not in real life. I'm a very calm, non-violent person in real life. That's what a serial killer would say, right? Ah, well. We'll continue in the next one. For now, bye!